Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast, the One Up XP Show. My name is Michael Stevens, aka Flag of Wrath, and today is kind of the start of an adventure, a new adventure with Esports, and bring it to you on 9 and 10 News and Local 32, and also view it. You can watch this on View It. You can also listen to it on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. Today I am bringing you a dear friend of mine, the CEO, founder of Tiidal Gaming and Lazarus Esports. I'm reading off my notes because he's added some things to it. He's also the director of Sports Flare, their sports betting tech division, a good friend, a mentor in this business to myself, Charlie Watson. Charlie, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well, Michael, and appreciate being at it. I'm so used to calling you Flake.
I know
but,
you can call me Flake. That's what a lot of people are going to be used to. So either or is good, but brother. So how is things? How is everything going, my brother?
Yeah, things are well. Just extremely busy. With COVID restrictions really being lifted in Canada, and it's really opening up things that are happening in esports, and lands are starting to come back. It's just busy times for not only us, but frankly our entire industry. So great times right now.
Yeah, really good times. And like I am doing here, I'm bringing awareness to esports because a lot of people have some stigma around esports. And I can tell you right now firsthand, Charlie is a mentor in so many ways because, one, he opened this business, or opened the doors to I caught a sneak peek of this business, and I really wanted to be a part of a lot more than just playing video games and being entertaining. But at the same time, there's so much more to this than just esports. There's college esports now, high school esports. There's a business behind the esports that makes things go around. I can tell you firsthand just how busy this man is on a day-to-day basis, that this business is no joke. Charlie, I want you to quickly give me a glimpse in a day of your life. Like, what do you do from start to finish, if you sleep at all? Because I know you don't sleep much, brother.
Right. So, there's just in terms of esports and gaming, and I don't want to just, single out myself, but
Right.
many entrepreneurs within our industry, it is an absolute grind. And that's because we're so passionate about what we do. And so typically we're not getting to bed probably till anywhere between 1 and 4 a.m. in the morning. And then, a normal day, you're up anywhere from 8:30 to kind of 10 o'clock. So the normal esports hours, if you will, kind of function a little bit different than a typical 9 to 5. So yeah, just getting up, and then I'm usually already seeing anywhere between 30 and 50 emails by the time I'm awake in the morning. So trying to answer the ones in priority. Then doing a lot of media meetings, kind of like yourself here, where
Right.
there's people that have pulled me into pitches or conferences, or working with the collegiate scene, or consulting, and then just frankly new business development and networking. And that could be overall for our parent company in either raising money or getting ready for our go public, or new business development, for partnerships and integrations on the sports player AI betting tech side of Tiidal Gaming. And then we're in such a massive hiring craze for Lazarus Esports, both just internally, and then just the talent that we're both looking at bringing in here for Canada, United States, let alone globally, for just a number of partnerships that we're working on. So that's probably a majority of the day. And then just, us doing our audit for the go public, and, speaking with shareholders, and kind of getting pulled in, 15, 16, 17 different directions. And,
Right.
And then, trying to get some time with the family there kind of in the evening. And then really just rounding up the day with some calls, and some more business, or cleaning up some things, and then trying to get to bed a little after midnight,
And maybe sleeping 2 hours, 2 whole hours.
Yeah.
But
The unfortunate thing about it is we're in gaming and esports, and I literally have no time to play games.
Right.
So it's kind of funny. There's a number of CEOs, if you watch their YouTubes, and they're like, I just don't get an opportunity of playing because they're so busy running their business and their operations.
And to give everyone a little bit of a background, my introduction to esports started with Charlie and an organization by the name of Set to Destroy X, which became Lazarus, and I became a content creator along with many others under the Set to Destroy X logo. And it was a new world to myself. And I will say, as much as I wanted to play games with Charlie, he never had time. He was always busy. But then Set to Destroy X kind of wobbled a little bit after about a year and a half, 2 years with you guys. We rebranded as Lazarus. Now, in Set Destroy X and Lazarus, in between Set Destroy X and Lazarus, I became a Fortnite pro under Lazarus, and that's where I got the competitive bug, which was really amazing. We had a great team. We had a great time in a brand new game at the time. And then I quickly realized these 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds are much better than myself, and I got to get out. And I became a manager for Lazarus, and I was working hand in hand with Charlie and saw a lot of the day in and day out opportunity or things that he experiences. And there's a lot of stuff to go with it. So with that being said, now Lazarus is, I'm just going to say blow up, man. We have blown up. You've blown up, and it is huge. And some of the achievements, first of all, just the bare bones achievements here. Canada-based, Canada's first established esports organization back in 2010 as Set to Destroy X. And now you're Lazarus, correct?
Yep.
And then also top 35 in the world in earnings, number 32 to be exact. And that really comes under, the majority of it comes under the Lazarus umbrella. As of recently, within the last year and a half, 2 years, you guys have just blown up. And I mean, you're up there higher than some notable organizations. Like, I think you're higher than 100 Thieves I last saw. There's a lot of them that are below you, which I personally, because we had a goal when I was a manager for you, we wanted to be top 50 in I think a year, and we did it in 6 months.
Yeah. It was, it was great because we were able to get capitalized. So, met my now partners in 2018, and we formed our parent company, Tiidal Gaming, to really take advantage of the fragmentation in the marketplace.
Right.
And we really wanted to be an owner and operator across what we believed were the industry's two most important segments, which was esports and betting. So, betting was a very gray kind of scene in 2016, 17, 18.
Correct.
With CS:GO and the skin betting and all that stuff that was going on. So we just knew that betting was a big thing at that point, but it was going to become legitimized, and our scene was really going to go from its infancy into adolescence, and hopefully get into maturity soon, industry as a whole. Correct. And really become mainstream. So we knew that betting was something that we wanted to target even back in 2018, and it just catapulted really since COVID. And for Lazarus, it was an important thing because we wanted to focus so much on the competitive scene, help grow the brand, and then really in year 2 and year 3 was kind of switch the portfolio and then start focusing on lifestyle, entertainment, and content, which just fortunately worked out really well for us during the COVID time, because people were seeing a 4 and a 5x on streaming, whether it was Facebook or Twitch or YouTube or even Trovo now. Right. They were seeing a 3, 4, 5x on their content because people were indoors and they couldn't go to work or they couldn't do this and that outside. So there was this massive flock during COVID over really a year and a half now, where everybody was, they couldn't bet on traditional sports. They couldn't watch normal sports. So everybody flocked to content creators and gaming and the betting within our scene. So it was great to see the silver lining of what COVID really did for our industry, as much as kind of like Ninja and Juju Smith-Schuster and Drake did in really bringing Fortnite to mainstream, back in, I think, 2017 or so. Yeah. And that really catapulted our industry. And much like that same kind of thing happened when COVID happened, and it really catapulted the betting and the content creation part of our industry and became mainstream for us as well. So it's been a great, it's been very advantageous for us because of COVID and the amount of talent that we have here under our brand on the Lazarus side, and then ultimately the betting side of our division under Tiidal Gaming as well. So we're poised really well, and that's why our company had just finished our RTO financing raise, and we're going to be listing on the CSE and going public here September 2021.
That boy. Happy to hear that. I know that was plans from day one, and I'm glad it's finally happening for you, brother. Some other achievements, big wins, and big wins and names in many esports titles such as Fortnite. And I can personally say when I was there, the Fortnite team went ham. They went, I believe, Creo was 3rd in solos.
Yeah, so Creo was second, or
Oh,
yes, excuse me, third.
third
Yeah,
in
you're right.
solos. And then our
And then we
duos
had,
went second, right?
yeah, we had Rojo and Wolfies got second.
Yep.
So we in at the Fortnite World Cup in New York, we had six competitors,
Yep.
and we had won 3.45 million US
Yeah.
just in that weekend. So that probably represents around 60 to 64% of our competitive earnings to date. And yeah, so we did very, very well in the Fortnite scene.
But we've
And
also
still,
done hockey,
yep,
Crossfire,
that's right.
PUBG
Yep.
Mobile now, which I was super excited to see you guys sign a team for that. Madden, of course, with Smash and many more titles. You guys have really created an umbrella of very competitive esports, and really made a light on Lazarus and saying, "Hey, we're not an org to just push at the side of the road. You guys stand out at the top of the scene now." And you guys have really done that very well.
Yeah, no, thank you, Flake. And yeah, it's an absolute team effort all the way down from our board of governors and our directors, down to our operations team, and our general management for Lazarus. So we've had a great group of guys, and we're adding more people into our company, and we've got some pretty big changes coming up here in a short amount of time, but we're really excited about our direction, and obviously now going into the capital markets and having the ability of playing with the capital markets
Right.
pool here, and being able to now actually capitalize on our M&A strategy as well,
Mm-hmm.
overall for the company. So yeah, it's looking at the different games, there's always kind of two schools of thought where you can really main in one specific game and really focus on that community, and that's probably a direction that we really want to kind of focus on heading into 2022.
Right.
Is instead of maybe like 7 or 8 or 9 different titles, you really want to focus in on 1, 2, or 3. So sports has already been a big impact. We've been a leader in traditional sports in
Correct.
the esports scene.
Yep.
We were first to get into NHL hockey,
Yeah.
second to get into Madden, first to get into golf. I think we were sixth at the time to get into FIFA. So
Okay.
the sports side has always been very important to us. Us being a Canadian, I've always dreamt about raising the Stanley Cup, and
Exactly.
we've had amazing competitors along our sports side. So sports is important to us, especially as well on the traditional betting side, and what we're doing on the betting portfolio of Tiidal. Just having that traditional sports community is so important to what we're doing with sports books.
Yeah.
So that's important with our strategy moving forward. But we've got a great FGC community.
Mm-hmm.
We have a great FPS. So Valorant
Yep.
is a big focus, and Crossfire's always done very well for us, going back to even 2016, 17.
Yeah.
But the mobile side is very important from both the talent and streaming side to also the competitive side. Mobile gaming, everybody has a console in their pocket.
Right.
From the hardware side here, and the telcos. So like your Rogers and your Teluses and Bells, and then down south, with
Or like here in the United States, it'd be like AT&T and Verizon.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Yeah. So it's such a big move right now, where PC's kind of always been that master race. And console's always been, hit up.
Secondary.
Exactly. So mobile is just very important in terms of our overall strategy, how we see the marketplace moving as well. And I also think that VR is going to start sneaking in here really next year. The content side of VR, from Oculus and kind of other lesser known brands, but I really see that VR is going to start creeping in here, and I'm really excited about seeing some VR esports hopefully taking shape into 2022. So obviously that wouldn't be on the same level as PC or mobile, but I think we're really excited about the direction of where we're going competitively, but also how much we're really investing into the talent side of Lazarus.
Yeah, the content and entertainment factor in general. Like when people don't understand when you talk to them about mobile gaming. Mobile gaming is the biggest platform in the world because everyone has that device now. So anybody has a game on their phone, that's a game. That's a platform for a game. And it is, you don't think about it because we use these on a daily basis, but you don't think about the content creation that can go with it.
Yeah.
So
And it's
that is
just
something I was always interested and intrigued in, and I played COD on mobile, which was actually really good.
absolutely. Yep.
But yeah, PUBG Mobile is something that is hitting big.
Yeah. Yeah, we're that's why, we've been involved in PUBG going back to God, I want to say maybe late 17, at
Yeah,
least in we've been involved in it for at least 3 years. And we had a very successful PC team. And then now we've shifted into the mobile scene, which we're very bullish on. And we're excited for when Activision Blizzard wants to really launch into COD Mobile.
yep,
And we're also paying very close attention to what Riot Games is doing in launching mobile side and their games on that. So
yep.
Riot's made just so many strides here in the last 2 years. And we're paying very, very close attention to how they're building out a diverse offering of games.
Yeah, and that is something that is also very interesting to not just parents, but you have to remember, esports doesn't stop at a controller. Yeah, you have the mouse, you have the keyboard, you have the phones now, so that is something
Yep.
that is to definitely pay attention to in the future. Now, we're getting into the meat here with some questions. All right, we got Lazarus under our belt. We figured out who you are and what you are. So now we're gonna ask some questions here. First of all,
Okay.
the partnerships. I know that came on board when I was here
Yep.
or with you guys, which I thought was a huge thing because video games isn't just for guys.
Yes.
It's not just for you and me. We want to bring everybody in because there is talent across the board that flies under the radar. Explain She Is to me.
Yeah, so She Is was founded by women for women to really empower women both in business, in traditional sport, and we were their first ever foray into the esports and gaming world.
Yeah, our CS:GO
So
ladies.
yes, so we started off with that, but then they've worked closely with female creators that we have here, and then a great example is Supergirl Kells
Yep.
in the Smash scene. So it's really promoting her wins, her success, championing her training, and just the hard work that goes into really breaking barriers. And she's not the only one, but it's just a great example of what how we're trying to champion and empower females within our industry. So there's always been a lot of toxicity and negativity towards
Correct.
women that try to break male driven industries, and this is one of them. And we're a big believer in supporting women, having women involved from the top down within our company, and we're always looking for amazing people. So She Has really just came in and supported our vision and how we wanted to continue to bring in women into our company. And it's just been a great partnership, and a lot of it is passive to what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. But when we're involved in lands and when we do activations, they come in and they're like, well, how can we get other young girls and educate them about what they're doing and their other opportunities,
Right.
and how they're supporting women. So it's not just saying hey, we're providing a hat to a girl and saying that's it. It's
Right.
educating young girls. And I have 2 daughters, so it's really important to me. How can we continue to educate, raise awareness, and encourage them and support them to really push and be who they want to be? So it's just an amazing opportunity for us to work with a great organization and company like She Is.
Yeah, and when we brought him on board, I was like, yeah, this is you guys hit the nail on the head with this one.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Lambton College. Now, I don't know much about this because this came after me. But
Yep.
we're talking about esports, NCAA esports. We're talking about high school esports now in the United States. It's really starting to gain a little bit of traction. And if you are just listening or tuning into the podcast, we're talking with Charlie Watson, the founder and CEO of Lazarus Sports and Tiidal Gaming. He really kind of turned my attention to a lot of the competitive scene of esports when I was under Lazarus and Set to Destroy X. But now, as I got deeper into it, you don't have to just be playing games or just video games in general. There is a way for you to go to school, learn about business management, which is part of esports, which you've been talking up and down about.
Yep.
But also you can go to school or get scholarships playing esports. What's your connection with Lambton And if hopefully I'm saying that correctly, because I know you Canadian,
Yep.
you have different
Yes.
pronunciations with things. But yeah, what's your connection with Lambton and Lazarus?
Yeah, so Lambton reached out to me in early 2017, and essentially they wanted to create the first accredited esports program in Canada.
Okay.
So no other university, no other college had done something to that point. There was some early stuff about unauthorized community. Like there's always been communities involved in universities
Right.
and colleges, but nothing accredited. So I was their principal lead and consultant in creating an accredited program. So it started with myself, and then we brought in other captains of industry within Canada. One of them actually being Neil Duffy, which at the time was with World Gaming and
Yep.
Collegiate Star League. He actually he's one of our directors and board members of Tiidal Gaming. And a very close friend of mine. So Neil and a couple others, we created Canada's first accredited esports entrepreneurship program, which really was to create an opportunity of people to have a diploma, to get into the esports and gaming world. So we were
That's cool.
very excited and proud to launch this. But in addition to that, we also built a small esports arena within
Oh,
the
that's cool.
actual institution in Sarnia as well. So, and that was something that I connected a number of partners that I was working with, and so we built that out, and everything from hardware to software to how to build it out, and the schematics and logos to creative, to then the program itself and what's being taught. So they have a wonderful program there. It's been operating now for I think it's just about to go into its fourth year in 2022.
Okay.
So we're really excited about how they've adopted it, and how they've this is something that's been a continual work in progress.
Yeah.
So they've altered and edited the program to incorporate other functions, from broadcasting to editing to proper streaming, to then really championing the competitive side as well. So it's been great to see how flexible they are, and how this has been supported all the way from like the deans and the stakeholders of the overall company,
Right.
all the way down to the program creators, and Matthew Hutchinson that runs their program there, and just how other professors and the student body really rally around this. So it's been great to see how that, let alone the community, has been so supportive. So I know that they're looking at building out a much larger arena, and they're looking at growing their esports
That's
and
fabulous.
gaming function there. So we're just really excited. So we have so in addition to that, we also have an internship and a capstone project with them. So we have students that work on projects that they can pitch to us, which
Okay.
we would invest in. And then we have internships. So we're actually having students that we interview, and then they shadow some of our managers for a couple months
Oh, that's
to
cool.
help and it's not forcing them into like a certain
No, but
direction.
it's giving you
It's
you're
it's
giving them the
understanding,
idea. Yeah.
yeah, it's what do you actually love in esports and gaming, and let's figure out, is there a great fit, so you can understand how the real world works. And then we've already hired two individuals out of the program as well. So
Oh, that's sweet.
it's so not only does Lambton act as a farm system
Right.
for us competitively, then also the business side for our management team, but then we're also educating, we're creating the program, we're working with the program, we're looking at business ideas and concepts. How can we help them network with other individuals and other groups, so that they might have career opportunities right out of school?
Right.
So it's just been a great partnership from top down. And it's ever since this has been created back in 2017, there is now a very large amount of universities and colleges that have now used and adopted a majority of what we created for this program, this accredited program. And now there's so many universities and colleges across our nation that are using part of our model of what was created at Lambton. So it's just great to see how Canada's rallied around this. And this, what I'm excited about, just to finish up this point, is how this really educates young individuals and saying there is a legitimate path and opportunity here that is professional. And like, think about how many people actually have an MBA,
Right.
and then they can't get a job.
Correct.
Or someone that goes to 4 years of university and gets a diploma, or summa cum laude, and then they can't even get a job. Or sometimes where you could be a civil engineer and you're looking for a job for 2 years because the heavy industries are hit. There is so many opportunities right now within the entire landscape of gaming, not just from esports, but all the way to the business side. And so many groups are trying to figure out how to get into esports and gaming.
Yeah.
So there's just a large contingency of opportunities for young people right now, from scholarships as well. It's just exciting time.
It really is, because, back when I was a kid, there was nothing in the mindset of, Nintendo made their games. There was no third party. There's not one guy making a video game for people to enjoy. Nowadays, you have the option of going to school, getting a scholarship, playing video games, learning about business side of esports, or the business side of gaming in general, or game creation, as such as like design, or even just
design and editing is so hot right now.
So hot. And even if you get in with people who are YouTubers or Twitch or whatever, there's a lot of game design and brand design, and there's just so much opportunity that people don't understand goes under the umbrella of what is a much bigger umbrella of video games. So that is something that is huge, and we will have more podcasts with people from Ferris State, from NMC, from Northwood University, that will talk in depth, just like Charlie did, about gaming in college and what they can learn and how they can get scholarships and learn about like making money in the gaming industry, but getting a job in a flourishing market. Because right now, people don't understand how big esports is blowing up. And it's not just one notable name that did it. It's something that has been swelling in the ground for years. And now it is just starting to overflow. And we're seeing that with, like what you said, with partnering with Lambton College, as well as many other universities. And it really is an exciting time, like you said.
Esports is a $1 billion industry, even just as esports, which is a very small position, portion of the overall gaming market. Like, the gaming market is a multi billion-dollar industry. Like one game, when a game launches, it is, a game can even get close to $1 billion in itself. Like, if you're looking at like Fortnite and how quick even like Apex adopted users within like 4 weeks. Like, it's constantly setting records for users, the concurrent viewership, the money that's coming into it, the game launches, the skins, the in-game betting, the in-game buying, purchasing. Like, it's a crazy world right now. It's still a little bit of the wild west. But there's just so much opportunity. Like, you could be an editor at 15, 16, 17, have a job even before you go into college, have that as your side business while you're in college, university, and have easily a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 job just working with a content creator, let alone a company, just simply being an editor. Like, and that's it.
Preach it, brother. Preach it. I mean, and that's what I want people to understand is you can go to college and prep for stuff outside of life and still have the job that you want and still make a good amount of money. And like, that is just a side of esports and video gaming that needs to be brought to light, because it's not a waste of time, as so many thought back in the day. Like, my parents, do your homework, turn that off, it's gonna fry your brain. Look where I am now, Mom and Dad. Like, we're literally talking about how esports, you can get jobs making video games in a thriving industry. So yes, hats off to you guys and what you're doing the work there for colleges and universities, not only in Canada but also in the United States. So huge thing there. I do want to get to these really quickly before our time is running out here, but what are some of the big things and plans that you guys have for Lazarus and Tiidal? You guys are very unique in having a parent company with Tiidal, whereas many orgs are just, kind of them. You don't see too much behind it, but having a parent company like Tiidal, there's many different things associated with this esports organization as compared to others. But what are your big plans here for the rest of 21 and going into 22?
Yeah, so there's multiple things to kind of unpack from that, but if we're looking at Tiidal Gaming, our parent company right now, like our strategy and what we're focused on right now is we're just getting ready to go public on the CSE in September.
Yep.
So there's a lot of work to do from the financial side, to like we're looking for a VP of marketing, a VP of operations, VP of partnerships. So there's multiple hires on that. And then ultimately it's looking at how do we take our current business that's valued at, 35 million Canadian, and how do we go from 35 million Canadian from the go public right out of the gate? And what do we need to do to get to be a $300 million company within, frankly, 1, 2, 3 years? So that's the biggest focus for us right now. A lot of that is, we're evaluating a number of different companies that can be vertically stacked within us that, has a great opportunity to cross market and cross promote with both of our divisions from esports and betting. So, there's great DNA companies, so data and analytic companies that we're looking at. There's even game studios or games and studios that we're looking at that even snatching up from, and then iGaming world is huge. And then just even pure play communities to snatch up. So there's a lot of M&A focus for us right now. And then surrounding ourselves with great people that complement our story and our business and help network with us. And then just on the Sportsflare side, it's really important for us to continue to build out our products and offerings on that. So from, our esports odds are already, perfect with what we're doing on the AI side. And how that's offered to sports books, like for instance, like a DraftKings or Bet365, for example. So the esports odds are good. We're already focusing on micro markets. We've got we're first to do Bet Builder, which is like a parlay.
Nice.
So that's really exciting for us as well. And then the bet on yourself category is so hot for us. So from Call of Duty and the Warzone side to Fortnite, like the bet on yourself is an offering from Sportsflare that is just so hot, from casual gaming to competitive gaming to esports. It's really expanding the marketplace. So integrations and partnerships is the other focus on Sportsflare. And then from Lazarus, it's really focusing in on those 1 or 2 or 3 main competitive communities and really focusing on that for kind of the 20-25% of our portfolio. And then we cannot recruit quick enough on the talent side for Canada and the United States. So if you're a content creator living in Canada, United States, and you've got a great concurrent viewership of like 250 up to like 5,000, we want to talk to you. So please apply, because we're just in such a great hiring on the talent side for a number of partnerships and with our organization. And then because we're going public right now, we have a lot of growth within Lazarus that we just want to continue to develop and grow our brand. So we have hires right now already in Lazarus, and then we've got an additional 5 or 6 that essentially we need to bring in September or beginning of October. So in the next 3 months, there's a lot of changes and additions to, frankly, our entire company. So we're really excited about where we're going right now, and who's involved in the story, and then ultimately who else can we add that's going to help us take us to the next level.
And all of the socials for Charlie, as well as you saw there on the screen, I pulled up Lazarus's team on Twitch, where you were looking at some of the content creators that are currently live. But you can follow twitch.tv/team/Lazarus, where they have all of their content creators. Then you can also follow Charlie on Twitter at Laredo. And if you do have an interest in esports and a wonderful organization, he is the one to contact, and that organization is top notch. I can tell you from experience. I've been there. I've done that. Maybe returning. Who knows? No, I'm not opening that door. But all right, listen.
You just opened it.
I know you opened it a long time ago, bro.
I know.
Let's be honest. It was never closing.
It's never closed. It's never closed.
So, all right, listen, I want to play a fun game before we get out of here, brother.
All right.
So these are rapid fire questions. I somehow lost your questions, but I'm going to have in one of these podcasts, I don't know how these are going to line up, everyone who's listening. But I have Purdy Curdy's script here that I've set up for him, who used to play PUBG for Lazarus. He's now with TSM FTX.
TSM, yeah.
And
love Purdy.
I love Purdy. He's a good dude.
Yeah, great guy.
I reached out to him. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it." So I was like, "Sweet, dude, this is gonna be great." So I'm gonna fire off these rapid fire questions for you. You have 1 minute to answer 10 questions. Whatever pops into your brain, brother, hit it off. Whatever it is, I don't even care. But I know some of these. I think I know some of these because
Yes to all of them.
yes, yeah. Oh
Yep.
man, that was quick. No, you can't say yes. All right. If
Okay,
you want
all
to
right.
pass, you can pass. But I don't think there's
All right.
any passable questions here. But all right.
All right, I'm ready.
All right,
Hit
rapid
me.
questions. I think I got a minute. All right, 35. All right, here. First question. This is like Family Feud, man. I never thought about that.
Show me potato salad.
Sorry. All right, rapid questions. Here we go. Favorite platform / console?
Oh, right now, PS5.
PS5. Ooh. Favorite game of all time? I think I know this one.
Final Fantasy 7.
What? I thought it was NHL 94, brother.
No, that's it's tied for second, but Final Fantasy 7 is what got me into gaming.
Go-to snack.
Russell Stover's, pretty much any of the chocolate that's Russell Stover's, and it's no sugar added, because that's the only snack I can have with my diet, essentially.
That's see, I knew why Kyle liked you.
And it's so good too. It's so good.
Favorite TV show / movie of all time?
Favorite movie I'd say would have to be Interstellar. And if you're saying all time, it's hard not to say Breaking Bad, but right now, where my wife and I are in season 4 of Sopranos. Oh, so it's not my favorite, but that's just what we're watching right now.
See, they're making a prequel to that, by the way.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to watch that.
But I agree with Breaking Bad. That is
yeah,
and Interstellar, one of my favorite movies of all time. Who do you watch, pro or streamer? Who do you go out of your way? I think I used to watch a lot of Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, so when I'm not watching Flake of Wrath on Twitch, no, and I do I know
I don't get a lot in a Facebook, brother. I know.
I know. I used to be Twitch and now it's on Facebook.
I'm on both now. I'm restreaming.
So yeah. So I used to I don't get a lot of time to play games or watch, but when I do, it's usually of our organization.
Right.
So I love I love watching what Dottie
I love Dottie.
Mag are doing, Bazinga. Like I'm right now kind of getting into the Tarkov bug, but when I'm not watching our organization, it's typically Dr. Disrespect, because my 1.5-year-old daughter thinks he's hilarious.
Dude, he is.
So
I have not read his book yet, but as they suggested.
Yeah. So yeah, Doc right now, I'd say.
Okay. Favorite pro team? Obviously, that's going to be you guys, but I'm going with actual sports. So you can't say.
Oh yeah, Toronto Maple Leafs.
There you go. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can't say Blue Jays and Leafs. You gotta pick one of them. But yeah, I know that one for sure.
Yep.
Cat or dog person?
Dog.
Yeah,
that's.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
Dream car.
It's funny. I was even talking about it with my daughter today, but a Land Rover / Range Rover. I've always wanted one. But yeah, gotta continue working my butt off to be able to afford something like that.
That boy. Put your mind to it. Anything will happen. Would you rather be attacked by one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
So horse-sized duck
or 100 duck-sized horses.
Duck-sized horse. That is so strange. I think it'd probably be better to go after one.
So you'd rather be attacked by one horse-sized duck?
Correct.
That's a big duck, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, but I used to be in the farming industry, so I can horse whisper the duck out of that. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, last one. Anywhere in the world, where are you going?
We do. So I promised that I want to take my oldest daughter Kennedy to Paris soon. Ooh. But on our bucket list, and we want to go back to Europe, but essentially it'd be Rome and or Hawaii.
Yeah, I went to Hawaii 2 years ago for my buddy's wedding. They got married on Oahu.
Yep.
Dude, I don't really prefer anything other than Northern Michigan. I like the Four Seasons, just like you probably like the Four Seasons in Canada.
Yep.
But Hawaii, let me tell you, man, if there was somewhere I'm moving, that would be it, dude.
Hawaii, yeah, and I remember seeing some of the photos on Facebook from you there, and because I think like I don't know if you went scuba or snorkeling one day.
Snorkeling, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, wasn't it over like one of the ships or something that had sunk or something like that? I thought.
So we
Or
snorkeled at a
you were in a
reef.
boat. You were in a boat that showed something.
That was Pearl Harbor.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pearl Harbor, and that was
Yeah.
so that Pearl Harbor was one amazing, and then two, when you snorkel, odds are you're gonna run into a sea turtle, wild sea turtle out there, which
Yep.
was even cooler. But yeah, we had a heck of a time. Not only did we get to see our buddy get married, to actually it was funny because I introduced him working at the station.
Yep.
And then they got married. He's like, dude, we're going to Hawaii. All you have to do is buy the plane ticket. I was like, we're there. Don't tell me twice, dude.
Yeah.
But Honolulu was okay. Actually, I preferred being away from Honolulu, but Oahu was so beautiful. And actually,
I'm
being a farmer, the biggest beef farm in the United States is actually on the big island of Hawaii.
Oh, really? I did not know that actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I just know that there's a lot in like even Illinois and Kansas and obviously Texas, but yeah, I did not know that about Hawaii.
There you go, man. More
But
you learn.
and I'm just a little disappointed that you didn't bring me as your +1 to Hawaii instead of Kyle.
There would be no way. She would have brought you as the +1 and not me. She would have killed me had I said, you're not going to Hawaii, because that was like her bucket list. She still hasn't been out of the country yet, so we still got to come see you in Canada.
Yeah, I know. And you guys could just hop, skip it, and jump across the border. And now with Canada opening up from COVID,
yeah, dude,
you and the wife can come on over.
Yeah, I can't wait, brother. But thank you. That was this is Charlie Watson, guys, CEO and founder of Lazarus Esports, Tiidal Gaming, and so many other titles. Make sure you follow him on Twitter, as well as follow Lazarus on Twitch. Like he said, he doesn't stream much anymore, but every now and then you might catch him on there. But Charlie, thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. This is part of something that I've been chasing forever, as you know, and I'm hoping this takes off. And I guarantee I'm going to have you back on this.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait. And then when I actually come over the border to you, I'd love to come in and play some games and have some fun. And that'd be great. But really appreciate you having me on, and I'm just so happy to be able to speak to your community, and so happy to answer any questions that they might have, and how we can get more amazing people into our wonderful industry. So appreciate the opportunity and the invite here.
No problem. Anytime, Charlie. Thank you again, brother. Appreciate it. And this is the One Up XP show. This is the first time I'm saying the name. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow us, subscribe, do whatever you have to do on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. But also, guys, you can catch us on View It. Appreciate you guys hanging out. There'll be more to come. Take care. Have a good one.